Okay, so this here is just like a variety of questions where we're going to practice between permutation, combination, factorials this morning, okay? Because the math of it is not that hard. Do you kind of agree with me across the board? Like how many people on that hand in pretty much got it all correct, right? The second hand in, right? You understand it. You understand where it's coming from. You see the reasoning. But the hardest part sometimes is trying to figure out which one it is. Is it a permutation? Is it a combination? Is it a factorial? How do I organize this? So it's kind of just practicing those. Because I know that I'm pretty sure that everyone can do what I asked, but it's can you figure it out at the time? Okay. How many, so first question here, we're first going to identify it as a permutation or combination first. So in chat, every question we do, I'd love to see a P or a C in chat there, okay? How many 5-digit numbers can be formed, using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, how many 5-digit numbers can we make? Permutation or combination? Remember, permutation, order matters. Combination, it doesn't. So if we think about it, if we're making a number, does the order matter? Yeah. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a very distinct different number than 1, 3, 2, 4, 5. Right? So this is a permutation because the order matters. Right? There's only one combination of those 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So now you can answer this 2 ways. What's the 2 ways I could write this? 5 factorial or 5p5. Which means the same thing. Pardon? But in this one, I have 5, I want to select 5, which is the same as 5 factorial. Okay? So what do we get, 120? Good. All right. Next one. And online, if I'm going too fast, tell me in chat, okay? How many ways can 6 runners finish a race? Is that permutation or combination? Should I get you just write on your whiteboards and show me or not? Grab your whiteboards, you just write P or C. Now, logically, what you would do, a smart person might put a P on one side of your whiteboard and a C on the other side of your whiteboard, so you don't have to erase it every time. No, but you can just show me the P one time, or you can flip it over and show me the C. Or you could do what Hannah's doing, right? P and C on one. I said on one side or the other side. It doesn't matter. This one? So which one's this one? A permutation? Regan, thumbs up. Okay, does the order matter? Adam, flip your C upside down. Because then you just have to flip it. Okay. Good. So since the order matters of who gets first, who gets second, who gets third, then it is a permutation, right? Which is 6 factorial. Wouldn't that be C because the order isn't apparent? No, we're asking Miles, how many ways can 6 runners finish the race? Right? So how many different orders if we had 6 people racing, could they finish? So it's a very distinct first, second, third, fourth, fifth. 6. Does that make sense now, Miles? All right. Next one. Wait a second. Let me read the question. 3 of 5 people are chosen to go on a trip. In how many ways can they be chosen? But they're just going on a trip, right? Does it matter? Does it matter? Let's say I pick 3 people to go on a trip. You're going to Portugal. So I'm picking 3 people to go on a trip. Megan, Jenny, and Emma. You're going to Portugal. On the trip, does it matter that you were picked first and Emma was picked last?
Yes.
Or are you both just going on the trip? Okay. So it is a combination. Okay. So I could write a combination like this, or I could write the combination like this. Okay. What's our answer there? Good job. 10. Okay. A bridge hand consists of 13 of 52 cards. How many different bridge hands are there?
If this isn't C, what is math? No, it's gotta be C. Order doesn't matter for this one. You can pull out cards. But technically,
No, order doesn't matter.
I don't know what cards. You just pull out cards at random.
But you're just getting.
I know that, right?
Good. Good. Right? Or does it order matter how you get the cards?
Not how you get the cards, but like you need certain cards.
Yeah.
Like every card.
But what you play matters. But the random cards you get in your hand, like the cards that are just dealt with you, right? The order doesn't matter which way you get them, because you can play them whenever.
But if we were talking blackjack, river cards, the order would matter for that, right? I mean,
I'll have to come back to that one.
Yes.
But that, like hypothetically, yes, order would matter there in terms of like if you incorporated betting on it,
yeah, I was gonna say.
right? 52C.
In blackjack?
Well,
I love blackjack. I love blackjack. I thought we were just talking about regular cards.
Like the more you confident.
is that the number you guys got? 6.35 times 10 to the 11?
Wouldn't it be E?
Or E. But usually E they use on the calculator for some reason. Okay.
Would I be correct if I put E11 instead of 1011?
I want 10 to 11.
Alright.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. You want to order a medium-sized 3-topping pizza. There are 8 toppings available. How many different pizzas can you order if you choose 3 toppings?
This is Hondo's competition. Yeah. What toppings are we picking is your real question.
With the order, I don't think the order matters.
Probably Mr. O's favorite. There you go, Bob. Pineapple, olives, and...
But yeah, I feel like this is...
Pardon?
I'm going to tell you what the best pizza is.
Sauces don't be considered toppings, no?
This one is a
Unless you can get sauceless pizza.
combination.
You can get sauce only.
Okay? Because if you think about it, like the person who, like when you put the toppings on, right? If you put the same amount of toppings on no matter what order you put on, it doesn't matter. Right? You just like put the pepperoni on, you put the sausage on, you put whatever on. And the proper answer for this is bacon, feta, pineapple. Is the proper order of
That is probably the weirdest thing I've heard all day. I honestly who the hell is that?
with barbecue sauce instead of tomato sauce. Well, this pineapple and barbecue go together all the time.
He's not wrong about that. Pineapple and barbecue do go well together pretty well. Yeah, if you don't have any taste buds. No, the sweet and the savory mix quite well.
Marley, does that make sense to you? Why it's a combination?
Barbecue sauce mixes quite well with the sweetness of the pineapple. All my respect after that. Just try it, dude. Not that. I'm not trying it pizza. No, I'm not saying try the pizza. I'm
Okay.
saying try like. Oh, I'll try dipping a pineapple. Try dipping a pineapple.
So, okay. How many arrangements of the word field are possible? So Marley, if you think about like a pizza, they're all just going on the pizza. Like whether you went like pineapple, cheese, and I don't know, green peppers, or if you put on green peppers, cheese, the other way around, your pizza's still the same. Okay. Good. Permutation is correct.
Isn't there 5 factorial?
5 factorial, yeah.
5 factorial. Or 5. So 5 people. 10 people shake hands with each other. That's not COVID friendly.
This one's a tough one.
You're getting fired.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
This one I haven't been able. I've read this question over like 3 times in 3 different ways, and I still don't quite understand why it is a.
But it's no parachute sense of magical order.
But it doesn't matter.
So would it be 5?
No, but even no pair shakes hand twice, but it doesn't have to be in a prescribed order. Does that make sense? Whether
Well, yeah, but
like I shake hands with Jenny first or Jenny last,
You just can't shake them.
right? Like whether I still shook her at the very end, I still shook her hand.
So how do you write it so you don't shake something?
So it's 10-2
yeah, but because you can't shake your hand.
because, and I don't like this question, so no, but it's something I've seen it multiple times, so it's important to kind of review. And this would be, but the thought here is like there's 10 people, and when, like if Jenny and I shook hands, there's 2 people shaking hands at that time. So that's why it's 2, right?
So is it common?
It's a combination. Pardon? Who asked me? I heard it.
Why is the last one a permutation then? Because it doesn't matter the order. Those are making words that matter.
How many arrangements? The arrangements is the key word there. Because arrangement of field, like field and FEILD are different. That's a different arrangement. Right? Think about it like if you thought about those people as people, let's say thought about those letters as people. How many ways could I arrange those people to take a picture? Is that not like, for me that makes a little more sense. I can visualize people and moving them around. Yeah, but Miles, it doesn't matter what order you would shake hands with, but everyone's also shaking hands at the same time, remember? Okay? That equals 45. Good.
Wait,
What
you
question?
shake hands with yourself.
No.
Yes.
Okay. A committee of 4 people are chosen from a group of 12. How many different committees could be formed? Yep. Good. It's a combination. What's the key word in that question? Committee. Oops.
I was gonna say consisting.
The committee,
Oh, I was gonna go
right? Yeah. Committee, because on a committee everyone's equal. Correct? When you have roles defined, it's going to be different.
Some people have no bueno.
Some people got their dad's sweaters, some people didn't.
Now this one, a committee consisting of a president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary is to be chosen from a group of 12. Good.
Treasurer,
Good.
secretary.
4. There's 4 roles there, isn't there?
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Really? Does our president have a treasurer? Chicken in back. Probably.
So it's a permutation because the roles matter within that. You have a committee, but then you're assigning roles.
She rolled out with you. I think got 10 grand. Whatever it's supposed to be. She needs other entities first. She 10,000 more. She wanted her off.
How many ways can 10 people be divided into 2 teams? So you think about a team is just a group of people, right? So it is a combination. Well, let's make the first team. How would you make the first team?
10C5.
How would you make the second team?
10C5.
Well, where'd you get those extra people from? There's 5 people now on this team.
10C2.
5C5.
5C5. Because once you take the first
Close.
team out, right? Who? I missed that. Does that make sense to you guys online?
Sneaking them in there.
Wait, I'm confused. Why are you multiplying this?
Because you're doing it at the same time. Like you're making it together. It's not or, right? If it's an or question, then it's like an add between them, right? But you're kind of doing this at the same time. I'm making this team and I'm making this team at the same time. And realistically, this just equals 1, 2, right? You could argue, you could just do the first equation and then tell me, well, if I make a group of 5, there's only 5 left, so I don't have to do any calculation there,
That is dusty.
right?
Should be easy to describe the word.
These ones will be quick.
Or like many different things besides talking about the word. My question is, what
5 cards are dealt from a deck of 52. How many different hands?
52 E5. No, C5, not 40.
Is it a combination or a permutation?
Combination.
Combination. Good. Now I'm going to switch up my notation just to mess with you.
Mr. Have you ever played the game Sequence?
Yeah, my son likes it.
That's the one. Which game? Sequence.
I can't, I'm not very good at patterns, so
Sorry?
I'm not very good at patterns, so I struggle with it.
Fair enough.
How do you solve that again?
I struggle with the staying quiet part, but
Wanna know what my trick is?
No, but like in the bracket. How do
Right
you
when
solve
somebody
it?
Oh,
goes,
it's the same as
right
this.
after they go, I put mine
What
down,
would you do?
so they don't see where it goes.
52C5.
Every
I
day.
didn't have that. And you're using the bracket.
If I just gave you this,
Yes.
Yeah.
just rewrite it like this.
Yeah. I know, because then
Someone
it's where you
asked-
put it and they're focusing
I'm
on picking up the cards instead of where you
Without using the C at all, how would I solve the bracket?
I'll come back to you.
And,
Okay. There's a big long equation.
Where did you get the 5 from?
Oh,
the only person I can do now is Charlie and John.
because
John.
there's 5 cards in the hand. Oh, it's up here.
My dog.
Yeah.
It's probably a monster.
Okay. How many cards, how many hands contain all face cards? If I just wanted face cards,
But how are we supposed to know that? I don't know what the card is.
okay, we'll go. I'll put a list.
13.
I'll put a list up here.
Yeah, because Jack,
No.
Queen, King.
12.
That's an odd number.
No, it's not.
No, it's 4. You just counted 4. That's 3.
Times 4. 3 times 4. Yeah. Okay. Shh. So this is a combination, right? Because it doesn't matter what order you get them, right? So how many total face cards are there, Dante?
12.
And we want 5 of them, right?
Yes, sir. I'll never forget that. Like Madison's birthday. January 15th. And Jenny's is January 14th.
So 5 cards.
And mine is.
February 12th.
There you go.
Remember when Valentine talked to me for 2 weeks instead of his birthday?
Okay, no problem, pal.
September 28th, I'll never forget that.
How many hands contain no face cards? Combination or permutation? Combination again. Good. And how would I write that one? No face cards.
Oh, what's 52 minus 12? 39. 39.
Oh, sorry.
That's a good one.
It's 41, isn't it?
Like Uno.
No, it's 40.
What?
52 minus 12.
Never mind.
Adam's just messing with you.
I got voices in the back of my head back here.
Couldn't you just do the that like B minus A? Isn't that
You could do it the other way around, right? You could do it this minus this.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, you could do it indirectly. Although there's something wrong here.
Why is it 5? It's because
52
minus 12 is not 40.
Let me look at that after. Okay?
Wait, why are we doing 5? Because that's how many cards we dealt.
Yeah. In the original question, it said we're dealing 5 cards.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay. Good job, Diego.
My dog.
How many hands contain only spades or clubs?
24. Why?
Now, there's 2 ways to do this question. You're right, it is a combination, right?
There's 13. That's what I thought it was.
Actually, there's only one way to do this question.
26.
26, right? Because there's 26 spades and clubs.
Yeah, Adam was messing me up because now I thought it was 12 instead of 13, but it was always 13 suits or whatever.
Equals. Where's E? The easy thing here is like almost every card thing is a combination. Okay? How many hands will contain only hearts? What's
29.
what's going to be my numbers in here? 13 and 5. It's amazing how, like when I was young, like in our calf / in our atrium area, like if you were on spare, you spent like all day in there doing homework or playing cards. And that was like everyone just played cards together. So like my generation and like generations older know like cards off by heart. So these questions are like the how many of this, how many of that, you just know because you played cards your whole life.
Yep.
Where you guys don't play cards as much.
Well, we have technology.
All right. Shush.
We have 6 and 7.
How many will contain at least one queen? At least one queen.
1,287. 13 and 5.
This is still a combination one. But are we going to solve this directly or indirectly? Indirectly. Correct. So how many hands would have no queens? How would I set up no queens?
Subtract 4 from 52.
Good.
That gets you 48, not 47.
This is no queens. Correct?
You get that, and you subtract from the total. Not Q.
Are they all combinations?
That is? Yes. AKA Jomar.
Yeah, these are all combinations right now. Okay. So then we take our total, right? Total possible minus no queens. Correct. Right? So these are the hands that have no queens at all. Right? So if I have the total and minus off no queens, everything left will have at least one queen. Does that make sense? So that is, our original number was what? 2,598,960 minus 1,712,304. And the real thing there is to kind of get used to indirect method of thinking, and kind of going around to the back door, for lack of a better term, to make it easier.
Sure, what's your favorite card game? Go Fish?
Alright.
Maybe Go Fish kind of guy.
How many will contain exactly 2 4s? How do we do exactly 2 4s? Well, what do we have to do first? We have to get, no, exactly 2 4s. Well, how do we get exactly 2 4s? Can someone give me the formula for exactly 2 4s?
Would it be 52 over 4?
No. How many 4s are there?
4.
How many do we need?
2.
How many other cards do we need to fill out our hand? We need 3 more, right, to make 5? How many cards are left in the deck that we want to make sure we don't get a 4? Contain exactly 48, right?
So, why did you put 3?
Because we need 5 cards in our hand.
Alright.
So 2 are 2s,
Yep.
right? 2 are 4s, sorry, 2 are 4s. Then I need 3 more of anything else.
This is just card game knowledge at this point.
Right?
What if you play with a 6 hand instead of 5?
Then that would be 2 and 4 then, if I had 6 hands. Six cards in my hand. Right? That equals...
Oh, yeah. Going back to the main question, 5 cards you dealt.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So you would do the 2 things together. You would do, what's my numbers there? 4C2 times 48C3. Oh, here's one KJ's been waiting for. I want to see if you can write this formula down for me. How many will contain a jack or a king? There's 4 jacks.
There's 4 everything.
Who thinks they want to take a shot at how to write this down?
Because there's 4 suits in the deck of cards. Oh my god, that's
Very good.
This is or.
So let's ignore this one right now. Okay? We're going to ignore this one. Could you write me a formula for a hand that contains 1 jack?
Yes. We did that earlier. Wait, exactly what?
Exactly 1 jack.
So what if it just be 4 over 1?
4 over 1. Because I want just 1 jack, right?
Yep.
Pardon? Let's see. And then this would be 48 and 4. And then what's going to be on this side? The exact same. 48 cards remain that are not jacks. And then I need 4 more to complete my hand of 5.
Would you do the same thing for the queens? Or the kings, sorry?
Yeah, in the same way, yeah. Right? Because to get 1, sometimes it's easier. Cassandra did a good job of recognizing it's a plus. Once you recognize it's plus, just deal with one side, then deal with the other side.
For the
Yeah,
king side, would it be 42? Yes. Oh.
1 second here. No, those are 2 separate hands.
Oh, okay.
They're 2 separate hands.
Yep.
right? No, his question was, can I have a jack in this second hand? Right? If I wasn't allowed a jack, it would go down to 44. But since we're having two separate ideas here. Okay. Watch your math there, Diego. Did you guys get... Yeah. Yeah. Now, Diego, 48 over 4 is that, but you also need to times it by 4, right? So realistically, like this part here is 194,580. This part here is 4. So you have to times those two together to get that part. Does that make sense, Diego? Okay. Last one. I need a hand that contains 2 jacks and 2 aces. So I'm going to have 3 sets of brackets. I need 2 jacks and 2 aces. Four and 2.
Yep. Then it would be another 4-2.
Good.
And then would it be 48?
Not 48.
46.
44.
Just 8.
52 minus 8.
Yep.
And what number is going under here?
2. 4. 1. Why 1?
2 plus 2 plus 1 is my hand of
I keep forgetting that.
5. Can we logic that out? Ça va?
Talking to a French award recipient. I don't know how I won.
You can put that on your resume when you're older.
Damn straight.
Your grade 8 French award.
Yep. I did so much ass kissing and crying. I had like a 95. Because she loved me. It was awesome. It was like Sarah Connor, who was literally fluent in French. And I won. I'm pretty sure her sister went to school for French. Molly.
Did you get that fixed out, Diego?
Meeting with people who are
Yeah,
basically
Matt
French
French
version.
went to a French immersion school.
Yeah, but he stopped speaking French and he sucked at it by the end.
Better than me.
He was annoying, but
I know.
Don't talk about the microwave.
no.
That's what Mr. O called him. The microwave.
Why?
Who?
Matt's gonna stick you.
Oh, yeah.
So fun.
Because he
It's cold and hot on the outside, but cold on in the middle.
No.
He'd get hot really quick.
He'd get in a game and he would shoot really quick. And if you put him in a game, the first time he touched that ball, it was going up.
Like Danny Green.
And like either he would like, and sometimes he'd go in and score like 12 points before the other team knew he was on the court. So he was the microwave. Instant offense. Okay, let's do. Yeah, we'll have a little break here. We'll go for a skate.
No. Yes.
um,
Oh my goodness. I'm so excited.
Classic Matt.
I'll go through a couple of these, but you guys are really good at figuring out which one's which. We'll spend the next block. Well, we'll keep practicing then. We'll spend the next block. You can do these practice questions or these practice questions. The one thing before you start, I had to figure out this solution. There's one solution I got right, but I tried it the indirect way, I got it wrong. So in question 9, this is the correct answer.
Are we doing this till lunch?
At the record. Yep.
You going for a walk?
No, I think it might. Well,
I
Let's
will.
go for a little
I will.
skate.
Yeah, I kinda need to go inside.
I think it'd be nice to go for a walk.
I have